Greetings, brethren. Here is Brother Leon again, and alongside me is my third son, Patrick.
This topic is regarding an unjustly slandered church father, namely Origen. Now, indeed there is the claim that he taught an unorthodox doctrine named universal salvation. Is that so?
Absolutely not. Let's have a look at this clear quote from Origen himself. Some of those persons who take pleasure in accusing their neighbors bring, against us and our teaching, the charge of blasphemy. Though, from us, they have never heard anything of the kind. Let them take heed to themselves how they refuse to mark that solemn warning, which says that revilers shall not inherit the kingdom of God, see 1 Corinthians 6:10, when they declare that I hold that Satan, the father of wickedness and perdition, that is, the devil, and of those who are cast forth from the kingdom of God are to be saved, a thing which no man can say, even if he has departed from his senses and is manifestly insane.
Now those we can consider clear words against Satan's accusers. A slap in the face against both them and those who try to justify their heresy through Origen.
Indeed so. Now, after decades of studying, I came to the conclusion that the early church fathers are indeed authoritative in spite of being uninspired. The reason for such is that at the time, for nearly 300 years, the church believed one and the same thing.
This also involves more controversial themes such as the opposition against divorce and remarriage, war, politics and such.
Indeed so. Now keep in mind, a church father only is a church father if he remains grounded in the faith. We all make mistakes but must strive for truth. Men like John Chrysostom, Eusebius, Erasmus, Patrick, whom my son was named after, Luther, Wesley and Spurgeon don't classify as such. That is not to say there was no wisdom in those men, but they mixed many personal theologies into the faith, and that's a problem. Now let us look at another quote from Origen which the Universalists love to affirm as theirs. When the whole earth is destroyed, there will be turned upon the peoples a language according to their race, as things were before the confusion of tongues. Let them also carefully consider the promise, that all shall call upon the name of the Lord, and serve him with one consent. Also that all contemptuous reproach shall be taken away, and there shall be no longer any injustice, or vain speech, or a deceitful tongue. And thus much it seemed needful for me to say briefly, and without entering into elaborate details, in answer to the remark of Celis, that he considered any agreement between the inhabitants of Asia, Europe, and Libya, as well Greeks as barbarians, was impossible. And perhaps such a result would indeed be impossible to those who are still in the body, but not to those who are released from it. Now, in my humble opinion, the error is made by reading something into Origen's quote that ain't there. All he stated is only that all should be under one law.
Indeed so. It becomes very clear that this speaks under the upcoming millennium where Christ will reign in person. And there still many shall be deceived.
I for a long time was a post-millennialist, and not that I'd make a great deal out of it, but the church fathers lead me to nothing but premill.
Even though at the beginning Origen also addresses the earth being destroyed, which is at the millennium's end according to Revelation 21.
Absolutely, but I am very sure it talks about two scenarios. The last two sentences at S is the millennium. At its end there is the judgment. Now, we read that whosoever is not written in the book will be cast into the lake of fire. Those will without a doubt not be saved.
In Isaiah 65 we however not only read of the new heaven and new earth, but also that after its establishment a sinner dying at 100 years shall be accursed.
Indeed so, but I don't think Christ wishes to reveal that before the millennium. No church father attempted to answer such. There may be another age following.
Either way, this study showed that Origen had nothing to do with the Universalist heretics. God bless you all as you continue studying.